Hey guys, so now in my Makeup 101 series, I'm going to just touch on eyebrows, which I'm not going to do a huge elaborate tutorial on because I don't do a huge elaborate eyebrow, period. But as far as eyebrow care and maintenance, if you will, I pluck my own. I used to wax for a long time until I discovered that that may cause premature wrinkles, and it freaked me out. Plus, I got a horrible wax job and they took off half my eyebrow and it's hardly gone back to normal. So that was 3 years ago and I'm just kind of over it. So I decided to take matters into my own hands and do them myself. But if you are maintaining them at home and you're plucking them, a good idea is to get a stencil or whatever your ideal shape is. Go in with a pencil or eyebrow pencil brush and line out how you want your eyebrows, and then take the stencil off and whatever's outside of that area, pluck that, and then you can help maintain that shape. So that's kind of how I attempt to do mine. But when you're first starting out, you want to make sure that you take a spoolie or something like Anastasia that has a nice little one at the end of her stuff, but any kind of brow pencil that's ashier toned and really thin marks. You don't want anything that's too thick because you're trying to replicate or give the illusion of more hairs, and our eyebrow hairs are little and fair most of the time. So you don't want to use like black or anything too intense. I find that doing about a shade or two lighter than your own actual natural hair is what looks best on your face. So let that be a guide. Then take a eyebrow pencil of your choice, and you always want to start with the tail of your eye first. And your eyebrows are sisters, not twins. Sometimes this one is adopted and not even in the bloodline of this one, but they're sisters, so we love them. And you want to do the tail first and start in small strokes. If you get out of bounds, we can clean that up with the Q-tip, like so. I like doing my eyebrows after I've done my face though, so it's usually one of the last things that I do. Then again on the side, your tail, and then the geometry of it, if you will. You want this to here, so and the arch to be in the middle of your eye, and then this to end kind of where your nose starts. So these are not going to be the same, but you want to keep the tail right about to here. And then as you go in towards the front of your brow, or the one closest to the nose, you want to go in with very small and light flicks. And then if you're using the 2 different shades of brow powder, things like that, you want to go in with the darker shade towards the tail and the lighter shade towards as you get closer to the nose to give the more natural looking fade. It helps for me to make my pug face. It helps me see any gaps that I have. And I keep mine pretty simple. I think eyebrows are very important. If I don't do much else with my makeup, I definitely do my eyebrows. I think it helps your face look polished and put together. Then once you're done with whatever product you're using, the pomade, powder, little pencil brush like I'm using of any sort, you want to go back with your spoolie and lightly comb that out so that you blend out any harsh streaks or out of bounds areas to make it look more like your natural hair. And I almost go upward like this when I get closer to here. Do that and then sweep it. I kind of do it up and out and then brush it back down. This is the part for me that gets hairy, literally. Brushing it out, because then one side gets all like poofy and then blah. So sorting that out can be a challenge at first. But the idea with this is just to get any kind of marks or like drawings blended in so it doesn't look too fake. Then you can go in with a brow gel. If you like me and you have longer eyebrows, they need to be trimmed. You want to kind of lightly coat them in the shape that you want. This is good if you're going to be sweating a lot or out in the elements of the weather. Help to keep them in place. So you want to make sure you brush them out and get all the product where you want it first. And this is the last step. Well, until you highlight the brow bone, but and a little bit goes a long way with this kind of brow gel. So yeah, that's how I do my basic eyebrows. Again, they're not perfect by any means, and they're not gonna be exactly the same. So it's hard to let that go, but it's a must to be happy in the makeup world. Otherwise, you'll just be spending hours on your eyebrows, but nobody's got time for that. Now, you can take any kind of highlighter shade that you have, and I put a little bit on my finger, and I just touch the inner part of the arch. And this helps give a more polished, freshly done look for your brows. And it ties in the eyeshadow once we get to that part. You can also do this with a flat type of brush and just pack it on and emphasize right in there. And any kind of highlighter will work for this. So that's how I do my eyebrows. And I hope that helped.